Welcome members and supporters to another episode of the Rabbitohs Insider. South Sydney made history with that win over the Titans last week. We'll be unravelling that and more in this month's edition of Glory Bound. But first, let's hear from club legends Mark Ellison and John Sutton in this week's Playmakers segment, brought to you by Zoom Video Communications.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Playmakers once again, brought to us by Zoom Video Communications. Another great performance by the Rabbitohs on the weekend. And to analyse it with me is one of our legends of the club, Johnny Sutton. How are you, John?
I'm good, Marcus. How are you?
Very well, thank you, mate. Unfortunately, today up here on the beautiful Sunshine Coast, Brock's told me about how good the weather up here is. You know, the old beautiful one day, perfect the next. Our first sort of lay day since we've been here, I'm going to get up early and go down the beach for a swim, and it's overcast, mate. I bet you wouldn't be like that at the Bra.
Nah, it's overcast here today, but it's been good, the weather down here.
Yeah.
Really nice.
And as I ask every week, any surf?
Yes, there is surf. So as soon as I finish this, I'll probably head out.
Probably. That's why I thought you wanted to put it on a bit earlier today.
Yeah, I wanted it earlier.
But, I mean, you look forward to your surfing every week, but, mate, you must look forward to sitting down and watching the Rabbitohs.
It's boys' performances of late have been really good. We're still heading in the right direction, I think, and, our best is yet to come.
Mate, some of the milestones we reached on the weekend, the greatest point-scoring team in the history of the Rabbitohs ever.
Yeah.
Adam Reynolds going past 100 goals, and I think he's about 12 goals short of the all-time Eric Sims season point scoring. Yeah. 10 wins in a row. When they talk about the Rabbitohs, being the great attacking team that we are at the moment, the stats are starting to show that. And who's been standing out for you?
Oh, a number of players, but I've got to say Cody. He just knows the game so well. I'm very happy with the way he's going, and I think the best is yet to come with Cody too. When
we speak about Cody, have a look. He is just a player that can do things just out of the ordinary and off the cuff. There was an offload before Braden Burns' first try when he juggled the ball late. There was an offload to Damien Cook, and then Cody just hit a gap off Cookie. Now, the defender from the Tights had every opportunity to make that tackle, but Cody just put a little body move inside of him, and he just made him look like he'd missed him completely. He grabbed thin air instead of getting Cody.
Yeah, he shifted his gut sort of one way. No, in all seriousness, his instincts to hit that gap, and it's just he's just a natural footballer, and not many people would have pushed up on that play, but being Cody and the way he sees the game, it was just easy for him, and it was just one of the magic moments from the weekend's game.
Yeah, it certainly was. And again, the pleasing fact for me was that, we were talking 6 weeks ago, or even eight, 9 weeks ago, about our defence not being up to the standard that it needs to be. I still think there's a little bit of improvement in us, and we'll need it for the big games ahead. But, our average in points scored against us dropping with only 6 points scored against us on the weekend. What do you attribute that to?
I think obviously just learning from our past games. And, the last 2 weeks the boys have come out and just showed what they can do defensively. And then when they get that defence sorted, our attack flows.
Yeah, you're right. And we've spoke all season about getting our team back together and getting some continuity in games played. Now, we get Big Stretch and Gags back in the centres this week. Alex comes back onto the wing. Although Saucy Mansour swapped sides on the wing, we've got a great opportunity now for this blockbuster against the Panthers on the weekend to get this team together and try and carry it all the way through.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to be a big challenge, and that penalties have been flying high. The boys are going to be up for this. Obviously, they know it's a big challenge, but, the way we're playing, we're going to be confident going out there and definitely be able to match it.
I'm sure the boys will be confident. And just a little aside, I'd like to thank all the people, our members up here. We've got a great member base up in southeast Queensland, and they're out in force at Seabus on the weekend to watch us against the Titans. The boys went around and thanked them after the game, but we just want to do this. They can't go up and get their videos taken or shake hands and that at the moment due to COVID, but they would love to be able to do that. And I just want to let all our members and supporters know that the boys are really thankful for the support they're showing. And we need them up there at Suncorp on the weekend, on Friday night against the Panthers. We know we've got a good following there, and I'm sure the boys are looking to put on a great performance up this week.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. I reckon it's going to be a great game, and I'm looking for a good win from the boys.
Oh, my mate, and great to catch up with you again. And to everyone that supports the mighty Rabbitohs and any family, etc., that's left behind at home, as I say every week, we're putting our best foot forward to put on the best performances we can. And I think the best is still yet to come.
Here's what you need to know about our round 23 clash against the Penrith Panthers. Proudly brought to you by whatif.com, proud travel partner of the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Did you know, since 2019, Rabbitohs members and fans have saved over $15,000 using whatif.com/Rabbitohs. Here are some quick facts to watch out for before we take on the Panthers. Alex Johnston will make his return from injury after 4 weeks on the sidelines. The try-scoring magician has managed to maintain his spot as the competition's leading try scorer thanks to a 6-game streak bagging multiple tries. Will he be able to pick up where he left off and secure his spot at the top of the try-scoring list? The Rabbitohs will be after revenge after being narrowly knocked out of the competition by the Panthers during the prelims last year. To rub salt in the wound, the Panthers have been one of only 2 teams who have been able to defeat the Rabbitohs this season. The Rabbitohs class of 2021 broke a myriad of records when they defeated the Titans. They became the highest point-scoring Rabbitohs in one season, equalled the most regular season wins by a Souths team, became the first Souths team to win 10 straight since '89, and became the first team to score 30 points in 8 straight games in the history of the game, just to name a few. Cody Walker is currently having the best season of his career, leading the competition in both try assists and line break assists. His amazing performances have also earned a glowing review from master coach Wayne Bennett, who claimed he's up there with the best players I've coached. Star halfback Nathan Cleary made a successful return from injury last week, providing the spark in attack that the Panthers were missing when they went down to the Storm 37-10. This season, Cleary has clocked up 8 tries and 15 try assists in just 13 appearances. Can our boys make sure he doesn't add to his tally this week? Remember, members get 15% off select hotels through whatif.com/Rabbitohs. Use promo code Rabbitohs15 to enjoy these exclusive benefits.
Queensland. Beautiful one day, perfect the next. Or so they say.
Families of NRL players have been given permission to enter Queensland from tomorrow. Sydney-based families will travel to the Gold Coast, where they will have to quarantine for 14 days. NRL clubs have been moved to the Sunshine State in response to the COVID outbreaks in New South Wales and Victoria.
South Sydney's Queensland tour continued on the Sunshine Coast as the side delivered a comprehensive victory over the New Zealand Warriors.
Your round 19 Super Saturday on a beautiful afternoon on the Sunshine Coast. The competition now based in southeast Queensland. And here we go again. Beautiful from South Sydney, simple from South Sydney. Jackson Paulo to the corner. Here's Burgess again for a double. Surging towards the in goal. There's Latrell Mitchell. You can't stop him from there. Latrell Mitchell. Big, athletic, strong, and finishing another one. South Sydney fans, they're laughing. 60 points on the scoreboard. 7 straight wins in the bank. A top 4 finish virtually assured. Wayne Bennett has his Rabbitohs exactly where he wants them.
You coping okay with the lockdown, mate? You and the team?
Yeah, mate, I think, majority of the players are all in the same boat, so you can't really complain about it. Got me, my partner and my 2 kids away from me at the moment. It's not always the easiest, but, like I said, everyone's in the same boat. I just got to get on with it.
game up in Rockhampton, is it just up and back on the day? Do you know what the setup is?
I think at this stage we are just flying up and flying straight back because of I guess the situation and the bubbles and stuff like that. I was talking to one of our officials this morning and he said they're expecting it to sell out within half an hour up there, so they're looking forward to the game and we're looking forward to getting up there.
I'm sure the town's pumped for tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope they are. I hope we can provide a great spectacle for them as well.
There will be no football matches, so no community sport, no professional sport, nothing for the next 3 days.
With South East Queensland set to enter a snap 3-day lockdown, the Rabbitohs support base back in Sydney was holding high hopes of a Rabbitohs return.
Yeah, it's been going okay. Just been doing everything online. The shop's shut, so just been doing some local deliveries and sending out with the courier as normal. So we've been lucky. It hasn't been too bad. We can still go and get new stock, even though I've been trying not to go out too much. But it's been good. We've still been able to do most things so far, but we'll see how we go next couple of weeks. I mean, I think probably we'll be lucky to get to another game this year, but, fingers crossed. Maybe, somewhere in the finals, possibly, we might be able to get to another game. Hopefully, if we can manage to get to the grand final, it'll be still in Sydney and we'll be able to get a ticket. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's still good to be able to watch it on TV. I'd rather have it on than not. So, but yeah, it would obviously be great to get back to the games as soon as we can.
I live on the Central Coast. I go to every home game. I go to most games that are within my reach. First game back this year, and it's sort of getting back into normal after COVID. And I can hear them as they come in, and they goes, "Oh, Mary's here," because they see the blanket. They say, "Oh, Mary's here, it's okay." I remember one of the girls said to me, when I sat up here, first home game this season, and I started knitting, and she goes, "Oh, it's like we're home again." Mary's up the back, sitting there knitting, and we're home. So it's just what I do every week.
I miss seeing them and catching up. I mean, we do have a Zoom meeting. The last 2 games, we've had a Zoom meeting after the game, and about 10, 15 of us have got together and just sort of tried to catch up. But it's not just them, it's all the other people in the borough as well that make up not only the core group of the borough, but there's so many more people that make up the borough, and people that I'd normally sit with that half the time I don't even know their name, but we get involved, and for those 80 minutes of the game, we're sort of one. They're the people that I miss.
Look, we're hopeful to play tomorrow. We've introduced some of the most stringent biosecurity protocols to allow us to play. We're going to provide that to the Queensland government, and hopefully they'll allow us to play tomorrow. But all going to plan, we should have 3 games tomorrow and possibly some on Monday. At worst, we'll play them on Tuesday, but we would prefer to play them tomorrow.
The South Sydney Rabbitohs were told the news mid-flight to Rockhampton, due to play the Dragons at 3 p.m. But the Saints never left the team hotel in Brisbane.
Some players were on a plane going to Rockhampton and had to come back.
The 5 stages of loss. It was in denial. I was going, no, it's going to go ahead.
All of a sudden, the phone was blowing up. I was thinking, what's going on here?
And then, no, St George is still locked in their hotel, or still in the hotel room. I thought, oh, no, here we go.
And it was like, okay, now what do I do?
What's the worst thing that can happen is that NRL gets cancelled completely.
I knew it wasn't going to be down for too long.
It's my worst nightmare.
And then we're hearing reports that it was going to be on the next day.
So, thankfully, it's game day.
Hello everybody, from starting Super Saturday in Rockhampton to sealing a reshaped Sunday in Brisbane. It is Damien Cook's South Sydney Rabbitohs against St George Illawarra. A crazy weekend for every team. Latrell Mitchell 2-on-1, Latrell too big. Mitchell goes in first. Numbers as Walker hits the line and goes through. Cody Walker onto Sullivan under pressure, and Tane Mill drops him on the spot. And here are South Sydney. Tane Mill skidding over. Reynolds hits Jaden Sewer, and Sewer gets over but has been held up. Then he gets the ball to ground. Sullivan catches and grubbers. Jackson Paulo runs onto the ball and has it sit up perfectly. Spots some space and he's away. But the Dragons still running back onside, and Adam Reynolds knows that. Tane Milne, one in the bank already. Now Cody Walker, here's this left-hand side attack. Mansour running off Gagai. He steams over. Reynolds chips and chases. Adam Reynolds leading the race, and Adam Reynolds gets down to Latrell Mitchell away from 1, 2, winding up now. Latrell Mitchell in 5th gear. Look at him go. Pulled down just short. Walker on the inside. Jai Arrow goes in. Kalamatangi, the crash ball for Keon. Kalamatangi. A hamstring injury. Short will Benji Marshall, and here's Burgess steaming through. Mitchell straight through. Oh, it's easy.
And being locked down in Sydney, you know, that's one of the things that we've got here is we're actually able to watch the games to keep us going.
The attacking might of South Sydney on show again. Rabbitohs 50 over the Dragons 14.
5 weeks on the Gold Coast. To some people, it sounds like a holiday well spent. But for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, it's been a tough slog. And that slog can be even tougher when you're away from the ones that matter most.
It's been a long period to be away from the family, and everyone's looking forward to reuniting with those guys with the big sacrifice that they've done to go through that 2 weeks quarantine just to bring the families back together. We're all very grateful and looking forward to it.
Youngins in the back was letting know we got it all screaming. Party like we're in the West Party, cause we're in the West Party, don't stop. Cause we're chilling with the hardy, I'm burning in the party, cause we're in the West Party, yeah, better come.
With the players' families finally reunited on the Gold Coast, South Sydney's preparations turned to a top 4 clash with the Parramatta Eels.
That machine on the left for Souths, 53% of their tries come down that left side. They start with him, then to Walker, then to Gago. Mitchell sweeps in, and it's pretty to watch. And if they get that working tonight, they're on track to win 9 in a row here, Souths. And it started ironically against Parramatta back in round 12 this year.
Probably the most focused the team has been. You just seen straight away from the kick-off, they showed a close-up of Adam Reynolds, and he just had a focus on him, and the whole team did.
Walker, back to the Brian, and Gagai for Mansour to go in. South Sydney.
For Adam Reynolds, this game would mean more than any regular season match.
Adam Reynolds, there. Oh, Mitchell, no-look pass. Mansour put him down for 2. Coming back. Oh, it's bounced beautiful for him.
And I think he wants to give us something to remember him by, and he wants to leave on a high.
He'll take a break. He's kicked the goal.
It reminded me of back in 2014.
For Walker, little kick. Gagai, he scores.
When we decided, right, this is the time that we're going to make our move.
That was the first time in I don't know how long that they got their act together, and you look at them and you go, yeah, this team can win the comp. And it felt to me like it was the way we were towards the end of 2014 when all of a sudden they started to click.
My job's pretty simple here. I'd get asked to lead the boys around and play consistent footy, and that's purely my focus. My job's kicking goals. I couldn't have done it without the teammates. They obviously score all the tries, so I'm just in a position, lucky enough to be able to kick them goals.
Here comes the kick that could well break
the record of the icon, the South Sydney icon, Eric Sims. Reynolds on 1,840 career points, Eric Sims on 1,841. A long way back to third place. Call it through, Rabs.
And here's Reynolds then to break the record of Eric Sims. It's coming back perfectly, and just like a record, Reynolds' name goes in the frame. There he is, the champion, the highest point scorer ever in the green and the red. The Rabbitohs 40, Parramatta 12.
There's a lot more I want to do while I'm here at South, and that will remain my main focus. But obviously, very honoured and privileged to be, mentioned alongside of, the likes of Eric Sims.
A simple conversion for Sims, and with little time left, Souths are safe.
Good afternoon, Wayne. It's Benz from Channel 10. Going for 10 wins in a row. That's quite an achievement. A lot of things have had to go right. So how much do you want this extra win?
How much? What was the last part?
How keen are you to win this one and make it 10 in a row? It's a phenomenal achievement.
Well, I've spent a lifetime being keen to win something.
Nice work, boys. Welcome back.
Not since the 23rd of May had the Rabbitohs faced defeat. Coming up against the Titans on the Gold Coast, South Sydney were keen to keep that stat rolling in a round dedicated to our unsung heroes.
Women play a massive part in the game, and it's good to recognise them and appreciate what they've done for us.
If anyone is lucky enough to meet my wife, she'll tell you that I was a reserve grader before I met her, and now that I'm with her, I'm a first grader. So I can't underestimate how big an impact my wife's had on my football and just my life in general, and now my daughter. She's what makes it all worth it, and what drives me to come in every day and get better. And away from footy, they're a big part of my life, and always will be.
It's an important round to acknowledge all the women that play league, work in league, give to the sport. I think it's a great initiative.
The Rabbitohs shooting for 10 straight wins for the first time since 1989.
Yeah, they've been in unbelievable form, haven't they?
Damien Cook goes straight to Latrell Mitchell on the charge. He's too big and he's too strong. And Latrell Mitchell surges over to Reynolds. Now Cody Walker, catch and pass. It's a training drill. And Josh Mansour on this profitable left wing goes in again. Reynolds sends it down the corridor towards Brimson. Loamatungi was there, still on the ground. Adam Reynolds races through, nonchalantly scoops up the ball one-handed and claims the try. Here's Cook, now Walker, straight through the line. Braden Burns is outside him. He scores complete with juggle. It was awkward. He gave himself a scare, but he got there eventually at the break. South Sydney lead it 24-0. Peter Tatola warming up for the finals as his team appears to be as well. It goes to Walker, his ball to Burns, who reaches out for number 2. Called in for Dane Gagai. What an afternoon for Braden Burns. Right now, South Sydney attacking through Latrell Mitchell. He has one on the offload. Another piece of magic from the man who's called Latrell Mitchell. Sends South Sydney in again, but it is a top 10 hit for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. 10 in a row for the first time since '89. South Sydney's streak continues, 36 points to 6.
I don't know if you're aware, but your team's done something that no other team's done in sort of over 100 years of rugby league in terms of going 30-plus points for 8 games in a row. I mean, do things like that, the numbers like that mean anything to you?
No, not really.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming, eh?
And now the attention turns to one of South Sydney's biggest tests. The Penrith Panthers. Last year's runners-up and the last side to defeat the Rabbitohs.
The Panthers way too good. They've beaten them 56 points to 12.
Motivation shouldn't be too hard to find.
I think this is going to be the biggest challenge of the year so far for us. Last time when they beat us by
obviously a big score there. We've changed a few things up, and hopefully when we go into this weekend we can play our best footy and give ourselves the best opportunity to win this weekend.
Wayne, how far off your best footy are you?
No, next question.
I still do believe that Melbourne and Penrith are the top two teams in the competition at the moment. Yeah, we're playing some good footy, but we've got to remember these two. Obviously Penrith were playing this weekend, but they did give us a touch up last time we played, so it's going to be a big challenge for us again this weekend.